Hello, friends. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Let me turn. Oh my goodness, wrong one. Please hold. There we go. Hello, friends. Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Happy Thursday. Hopefully, you guys are having a good Thursday. I am having a pretty good Thursday. It's been a pretty uneventful Thursday. Did some filming, did some editing, set up this stream, learned Maple Valley, and now we're here. Oh, also Francis and I ordered pizza for dinner. So overall, very good day. Victoria, welcome to the stream. How are you? How's it going? Saint Gut Free, hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How is it going? Also, I need to switch this from top messages to all messages. There we go. Scalaria? I'm gonna, that's probably not, maybe. Scalaria? There we go. Maybe. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? First time I've been able to catch a stream from Australia. Hello. Hopefully everything's going well over there in Australia. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. How late is it right now? Claire, there we go. That's a lot easier. Welcome to the stream, Claire. How's it going? What time is it currently in Australia? I'm hoping it's not too late. It's probably very late. Or maybe it's very early. Is it like 7, 8? No. I don't know time zones in Australia compared to here. I think you're 12 hours, 10 hours? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're just starting your Friday. So it's very early Friday. Well, hopefully have a good Friday. Welcome. Jacob, welcome to the stream. Popping in into lurk right before dinner. Hopefully you have a good dinner. We can hear you. Whoop whoop. I'm having pizza right now too. Heck yes. Today was just a pizza kind of night, you know? We didn't want to cook. Well, actually, we could have had leftovers, but we decided not to. It's 8 a.m. Okay. That makes sense. So you are 13 hours ahead of us because it's currently 7 p.m. here on Thursday. Solo Power Games, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that so much. 2 months, baby! Woohoo! You got a little rose beside your name. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Anyways, today, friends, we are playing Maple Valley. And today I didn't have any specific games that I obviously really want to play Maple Valley. But there was no sponsored stream. There was no games that I've been meaning to play. So the nice thing is that I went onto my shelf of opportunity, and this has been one that I've been meaning to play for a very long time. So I guess technically I have been meaning to play this. So it does make sense. But it was just really nice to be able to just look over my shelf of opportunity and be like, what game do I want to play today? What does my heart want to play? And it ended up being Maple Valley, which it just so happens that January's theme, the sewing or solo focus January theme is food. And in this game, we are going out and foraging and collecting different things, which some are food. We have honey, and we also have berries. So, and I guess, can you eat acorns? I think animals eat acorns, right? Maybe? But anyways, yeah. I'm very excited to play this one. It's been one, like I said, that I've been meaning to play for a while. And it's been on my shelf of opportunity for a while. So, yes. Hello, Panda Angel. Welcome to the stream. I really like this cozy game. I am very excited. I'm a huge fan of Creature Comforts, which, if you guys do not know, this is Maple Valley. It is the second game that was in this kind of Creature Comforts world. They do actually have another third game coming out, which I believe the Kickstarter campaign or like the crowdfunding campaign is over, and you can still late pledge it. It's called River Market, and it looks very cute. I saw like an early prototype of it, but I haven't seen like final version of it. But I believe River Market will be fulfilling sometime in late 2026. So I'm excited to play this one and then maybe eventually be able to play River Market as well. But this is designed by Roberta Taylor. She was the same designer as Creature Comforts, and I've always really enjoyed Creature Comforts. And I'm finally getting to play the second one, which in this one, the story of Creature Comforts is that you are kind of collecting things and making your house cozy for the winter, whereas in Maple Valley, it is the end of winter coming into spring, and you are actually getting out of your cozy den and you are going out and foraging for different ingredients for the festival. I think it's like a spring festival. What is it called? Yeah, it's the Maple Valley's annual spring festival. So typically, let me put you guys down to the board here. Typically in the multiplayer game, you're going to have these festivities that you're going to be putting cubes onto. That you just take out completely from the solo game, and you're not doing that. So if you guys see this little icon here, it has 4 different icons, which all of these different cards here have one of those 4 different icons. Whenever you were to finish one of these cards with that specific icon, you're going to be able to place a cube onto one of these festivities. And I believe, I didn't really read too much into that because I haven't played this multiplayer yet. But I'm pretty sure it's whoever like can put the most cubes on or complete a line first. It's kind of like a race to being able to complete those different festivities. So in the solo game, obviously you're playing alone, so you're not going to have someone else to race against. In this one, there's no solo AI. You are simply just taking your turns one after the other, which I believe in the solo mode for Creature Comforts is always, or it's also that as well, which I honestly really enjoy. When I don't have to think about another player, I am happy. So in this one, we're just simply taking our turns, which is awesome. Shelf of Opportunity is a much better word, or a much better name. Yeah, I never call it my Shelf of Shame because I'm not shameful of all the games that I have over there. Like, those are games that I still get to experience. So you could also call it your Shelf of Experience, Shelf of Discovery, Shelf of Opportunity. I like Shelf of Opportunity. So yeah, I've always called it that. Excited to watch you play that. Yay! Or this. Hello, Allison. Welcome to the stream. Coco Puffin. I love Creature Comforts. I'm excited to see how similar or different Maple Valley is. It has the same vibes, but it's definitely a very different game, which I'm excited to show you guys. Shelf of Potential. That's a good one too. That's a really good one. I'm in Perth, so a bit behind the rest of Australia. Oh, okay, very cool. Better stock up. Sounds like we'll be getting a ton of snow on Sunday. Full board game day incoming. Oh gosh, yeah, I heard this storm coming in tomorrow, and I'm not excited about it at all. But hello, I think it's John. Welcome, John M, to the stream. How's it going? All right, so basically in Maple Valley, we are going to be, like I said, going around Maple Valley, and we are going to be collecting different ingredients that we are going to need, or different items that we're going to need in order to prepare these different cards that we have. So I am kind of doing this a little bit different. Technically, you're supposed to have your board in front of you, and you're supposed to have the cards that you are still preparing on the left side. And then once you've completed them, you're supposed to move them to the right side of your board. I'm doing it a little different, where the cards that I am currently working on, they're going to be at the top, and you can only work on a maximum of 3 at a time. So I have these 3 cards here. I can get one more, obviously. Once I have completed these by giving in the specific resources that they need, they'll be able to move down to the bottom. Some of these cards are going to give you victory points at the end of the game based off of something, or actually most of them or all of them are going to do that. So there's going to be ones that give you victory points for having specific resources on that card at the end of the game. Some of them will be having another card along with that card give you some victory points at the end of the game. Some will be victory points per icon of a specific type at the end of the game. And then obviously the cards themselves will give you victory points as well. So that is our main goal, is we are trying to fulfill these different cards and complete them. Additionally, you have these patch cards up here, which you're going to be able to gain these in various ways. And these are going to, I think, give you endgame scoring as well. And also, I think they can give you some like ongoing abilities and stuff once you have them. So this one here is Fossil Findin', and this is +1 victory point for each favor you have that includes 1 pebble and or 1 brick in its ingredients. So this is an endgame one. Some of them are like once per hour, which we're going to be playing over 5 rounds, or in the game they are called hours. So we're going to be playing over hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, and hour 5. So we're playing over 1 day in total, but each round is an hour. So a lot of them are like once per hour you can do something. Some of them are going to be endgame. And then over here we have these here are all of the additional favors that you can get. Are they called favors? I think they're called favors. So these are the cards that we're working on. And then this line here are friends. So what we are doing is we are actually making friends as well. And your friends are going to be the cards that you have in your hand that are going to allow you to perform actions. So players are in a solo game, you're just going to be playing out all of your cards. But in a multiplayer game, you're going to be taking turns playing one card until all players have played all of their cards and they have passed. So we're going to start with 2 friends. We have our best friend, which I have Mr. Raccoon here. And the top left-hand corner is going to be the different paths that that friend allows you to move on. So you'll play down a card at the start of your turn, whatever paths they have here. So our best friend allows us to pick any of the 3, but all other ones are just going to show 1. But whatever card you decide to play, that's going to allow you to move your little critter that starts down here. You can move along any specific path of that color. So if I played, let's say this lizard here, or salamander, she would allow me to then move on the brown paths. I could move 1, because there's a brown path right here. I could move 2, because I would just continue along that path. I could even move 3 to here. So I could move all along this. You can move as far as you would like along a specific colored path, stopping at a point that you would like. So I kind of would have 3 options of where I could go. If I chose to play my raccoon, he would allow me to actually move, up to here if I would like, or I could continue around to here. And I could also play or go along the blue. I could go up to here and then to here. You understand. So you're going to move to a spot. You are also then going to be able to do that specific friend's ability. So your starting raccoon, you just gain a curiosity, which curiosity are these. There are pebbles, bugs, and flowers, I believe. So you have those 3. So you can gain a curiosity. If you ever go through a path that has a curiosity, you immediately gain that. But my raccoon would then allow me to choose any of the 3 curiosities there. But other friends will allow you to do different things. So my salamander here, when crafting, you may craft any 1 favor card from this display. So typically you would have to take a card and work on it or place it into your tableau before you started working on it or before you could achieve it, I guess. But with my salamander, I would be able to take one directly from the, whatever it's called, the display. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's so cold here right now. Is that Montreal? We're at -10, feels like -35 and dropping to as low as -22 Fahrenheit. Oh geez, that is not fun. Hello Luke, welcome to the stream. Hello everyone, I'm excited to watch this solo playthrough. I backed River Market, so may add this one and Capybaras to, and maybe seashells. I am so sad. I think supposed to, I went to like a KTBG event at PAX Unplugged. Oh, Minnesota. Okay. I'm like, are you Canadian? But I went to a KTBG event and I think I was supposed to take a copy of seashells. I was so excited for it and I just forgot to take one. So I might end up purchasing seashells as well because it looks very cute. But Cafe Barras is wonderful. I definitely recommend that one. Penny, please be careful. I thought she was going to pull my cord out of my camera. But yes, Cafe Barras is wonderful. Creature Comfort's wonderful. And hopefully, if you enjoy watching this and think that you'd like it, then hopefully you can grab this one as well. Hello, Foglight. How is it going? I have only played this once, but I liked it. Very nice. Hard to tell on the board. Hard to tell on board and cards, but are they colorblind friendly with symbols? So the cards are the different, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. Oh yeah. Each of the different colors does have a different pattern to it. So the different paths. So brown is a dashed line, green is a dotted line, and blue is a straight, just solid line. So it is colorblind friendly, which is great. Okay. So specifically on your turn, you're going to be playing a card. There's like a specific way that you do it. So you're going to play a card, either a friend from your pack, so aka your hand, or a dawdle card, which if in the solo mode, if you do not make one friend during a round or an hour, you do have to take a dawdle card for the next round. So we're going to have to try to make sure that we make one friend each round. But you're going to play a card, then you're going to travel along the specific trail. You're going to activate its location. I don't know when you're supposed to activate your character. Either a friend. I guess your friend is you're supposed to activate it right away. Move along using your friend's travel type. And then you're supposed to do the action at the location. And then you can spend your resources to craft favors, which you then assign to festivities, which we do not do, like I said, in the solo mode. Hi, Penny. You good? Penny, for some reason, always gets so excited when I stream. Oh my goodness. Hello, Pariah. Hello, Ryan. How's it going? Back from San Fran? What's the week look like? I have no idea. We'll chat about it later, Ryan. A game where you have to make friends. I'm too introverted for this. Honestly, same. Okay, so I'm going to start off by taking my first turn by playing down one of my cards. I think I'm just going to play my raccoon. I will mention that I do have to do all of these things here. So I'm going to try to get a leaf. I need a birch. And then I just need a bunch of bugs, which I do start with one bug. I will mention you also have these little map tokens. These, at any time, you can play a map token to move once more on any one path. So we have those that we can use. You can use those before your movement or after, but you can't break up your specific movement path with a map. if that makes sense. And I will also kind of explain all of these different locations. This location at the bottom is how you get new friends. This location here, you get 2 maps, and you also gain a face-up festivity. This here, you gain a face-down from the deck, as well as in the multiplayer game, you'd be able to place a cube on any of the festivities, or no, these are favors. The things we're not playing with are festivities. You would typically place a cube on a festivity, but you do not in the multiplayer or in the solo. And then you also, for this location, will be able to get one of the badges. Here, you get 1 face down from the deck, 1 face up favor. Up here, you gain 3 of the sun resources, which the sun resource currently is birch. So if I do gain any birch this hour or this round, I'll be able to gain an additional birch. So that's that. But this location here, I'd be able to gain 3 of whatever the hour's ingredient or resource is. So I'd be able to gain 3 birch here. And then this is how you actually make it down all the way back to the bottom of the map. So you don't have to kind of continue this. You can kind of go up. You can then zoom all the way down to the bottom and then kind of make your way back up, whatever you'd like. But yes, this allows you to zoom down to here, and then you can immediately take the village action when you zoom to there. And then you have these 2 locations here, which are kind of just trading locations. So they allow you to do a specific action, and then it also allows you to exchange things based off of location. So the book wagon, I can exchange 1 favor card for 2 curiosities. I can exchange a brick or a leaf for 1 of the sun resources. I can change 1 resource into 1 map. And then also I can spend up to 3 curiosities to draw the same number of patch cards from the deck and choose 1 to keep. And then up here we have the hot air balloon. And this is, I can exchange berry acorn for leaf birch. I can exchange 1 lions. What is this thing again? It's like the little lily. They're not lily pads. Lion's tail? I think they might be lion's tail. So I can exchange 1 lion's tail for 1 honey, which honey is the hardest resource to gain, so that's kind of nice. And in this here, I can exchange 1 of the sun resource for a map. And then this is spend a map to zoom to any location except for the bluffs, which is the top location here, and activate that location. Okay, so let me get into this. Trying to make friends in a game is better than trying to do it in real life. Yeah, that's for sure. Especially as an adult. I feel like it's so difficult to make friends as adults. But I will say that being in the board game hobby has made making friends a lot easier, which I appreciate so much. All right, so we're going to play my raccoon friend, and immediately I will gain the curiosity that I would like, which I am going to gain a bug because I need many bugs. And then I think I'm actually going to go up and across. I'm going to take the green path. I did pass through a bug curiosity, so I gain a second bug. And then I immediately do the action of this location here, which is a berry and a birch. I can either choose to take 2 berries, I can take 2 birch, or I can take 1 of each. And because birch is the sun resource, I would also gain a second birch. So I think I'm going to gain 1 of each. So I'll gain 2 birch. 2 birch and 1 berry. So all resources go here. All curiosities go here. Because I will say curiosities you use also for gaining new friends. So that is that. And then I do get an opportunity to craft if I'd like. And I am going to craft. I'm going to spend 2 bugs and 1 birch. And I am going to do my lantern and that is it. So my lantern is going to get me 5 victory points, but I will also gain an additional 2 victory points if I can get the paintings, which will come out eventually here, which are not out as of yet. So that is my first turn. And then I do have one of each. Do I go? I think I'm going to go and make a friend. So I'm going to play this. This allows me to move on the brown path. So I'm going to move back to the village here. I did not pass any curiosities, so I'm just going to do whatever is at that village location. And that is going to be that I can gain a friend. I'm going to spend a flower and a pebble. And I am going to gain, the river otter because he's so stinking cute. Look at him. Hello? Look at him. He's so cute. Okay, that is everything. And then whenever you gain friends, it just goes to the bottom of your deck. And then that is the end of the first round. So the first round is going to be quicker, but as you gain more friends, each round is going to be progressively longer, which I really enjoy games like this. But then I also do enjoy games where your turns progressively, they don't get shorter, but what am I trying to say? I just recently played a game called AR. I think it's from Osprey Games. And what made it shorter? We were talking about it during the game. Oh yeah, you lose one of your workers every single round, which you'd think that it would be bad that you lost a worker every round, but I quite enjoyed that as well. I enjoy when you gain stuff each round, but then I also enjoy when you lose stuff each round. But anyways, that's it. That's everything for this round. We are going to finish off by doing a little bit of round end stuff. So we are going to advance the sun track. So this is going to be flipped over. Sometimes abilities allow you to do like past sun resources. So we're going to place that there. We're going to place the next sun, which it's going to be one of the lion's manes. And then after that, we're going to cycle the favor, patch, and friend displays. So the bottom of each of these displays are going to get discarded. We're going to move these down, put out new cards. Oh, there's a little bat. That's really cute. Okay, these will just get discarded. And then here, I'm basically, like typically these would be in a line as well, but I'm just gonna do that this is the last, and then we're going to kind of do it like that. And then it goes there. And then this is a discard, which I think I'm just gonna put everything in one discard and I'll deal with it later. It makes sense. You have more workers when you are building your engine and less when it's running. Exactly. Yeah. That's what you have, your actions are stronger, but you have less workers, which I never really thought that I would enjoy that in a game, but I actually really did enjoy it. But also I do like when you gain stuff as well, especially in like lighter games like this as well. Okay. So that is everything. We did that. All players gather their tired friends. We would gain a dawdle card if we didn't gain a friend, but we did gain a friend this round. And you would just pass the worm in a multiplayer game, but we are playing a solo game. So that is that. We're on to the second of 5 rounds. Okay, so I didn't even look at the river otter's ability. I'm not gonna lie. But the river otter allows us to obviously go on the water. And it says, when your turn ends, you may swap this card with a friend in the display. Aw, put the new card in your pack. So you get to put it right into your hand. That's kind of cool. The only thing is I don't want to lose the river otter. What the heck? That's so sad. So to finish the game quickly, don't make friends. No, because if you don't make a friend, you gain one of these cards, which is a dilly. What are these called? Dawdles. You gain a dawdle card, and it still is like a turn. You have to play it, and then you just gain resources. So I guess it is just like a really crappy action card, but it still gives you a card to be able to play. All right. Gotta hit the road, have fun. I'll check out the rest later. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night. Okay, so what do I want to do? So we have the bug jar. I would love to get more cards. And the way that we get more cards is we make it up higher. So I would really like to get a badge too, because these like give us endgame victory points. So let me, when crafting, you may craft any directly from the display. Ooh. I have a berry and a birch. Berry and a birch. Is there any here that need a berry and a birch? This one needs a berry. This one also needs a berry. Snacks. Pancakes. Ooh. +2 if you have the dandelion tea. And I don't think I'm going to be able to gain during this round, so maybe no. I'm going to use my raccoon. That's going to allow me to gain a curiosity, so I'm going to gain a bug. And then I'm going to go, where do I need to go? I need to go, boom, boom. I'm going to go just to here because I want a leaf and an acorn. So I'm going to grab a leaf and an acorn. Then, actually, you know what? I could have done my salamander. So I'm going to do my salamander. I still went along the brown, grabbed a leaf and an acorn from this location, and then when crafting on this turn, I can immediately from the display. So I am going to do the snacks here, which is 1 berry, 1 leaf, 1 acorn, directly from here, which is nice. And this just goes below my board. This immediately gets replenished. Dandelion tea. Oh, that's what the crockery needs. Okay. So that is my turn. My next turn, I am going to... Oh, wait. So I wouldn't have gained this quite yet. I would have gained it now. So I'm going to use my starter card, my raccoon best friend. He allows me to go to any path, so I'm going to go to this middle section here. This is going to allow me to gain 1 face down card. So I'm going to gain a face down card. This is going to go here. Costumes. If you place a cube on a green with this, you may then swap any 2 already. See, that ability does not happen for me because it is a solo game. Okay, so I gain that. It's still going to get me 7 victory points at the end, which is nice. And then I also do gain a face-up badge card. Once per hour, you may travel 1 forest trail. Once per hour, you may spend a birch. Ooh. You may spend a birch as any resource. Immediately after traveling a water trail, you may spend 1 of any resource to travel a forest or a rock trail. That's kind of nice. And this is +1 for each favor you have that includes a pebble or a brick in its ingredients. So that's going to be an end of the game thing, which I don't have any of those as of yet. So I think I'm kind of wanting to do this one maybe. Immediately after traveling a water trail, you may spend a resource. I don't really want to spend extra resources. I'm kind of tempted to do this one. So I'm going to do this one, which is whittling. This one will get me 3 victory points at the end of the game. And it also, once per hour or once per round, I can spend 1 birch to gain any 1 resource, which is really, really helpful. So I'm going to place that here. So that is my second action. And then for my third action, I could go, I can't create anything right now, or I can't craft anything. Oh, I also am not going to be able to make a friend this round. That's not good. Oh no. I could possibly do it if I spent my map token. But what friend could I make? Because what I could do is I could use my otter. And then I can go 1, 2, 3. I did pass a flower curiosity, so I'm going to collect that. And then I'm not going to take the action here. I'm going to spend a map token, and I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go along this brown so that I gain a pebble. And then I immediately get to do this action here. So the map allows you to kind of extend your traveling. And also it can be any path type. So here, gain the pebble. I also do gain 3 of the sun resources. So I get 3 of these. Lion's tail, if I remember correctly. Hi everyone. This game looks cute. Hello, fence lizard friend. Welcome to the stream. It is very cute. Absolutely love the art and just the vibes that all of these games give. Okay, so I will have enough for what I want. Oh yeah, so I gained those. I immediately then go all the way down to here, and then you can take this action right away as well. So this is gaining a friend, and I think I have enough to gain, I could gain the newt, which the newt is if you forage any leaf, berry, or acorn, also gain the sun resource. That's kind of nice. I don't have enough for this squirrel, or chipmunk, sorry. I have the skunk here. This is after traveling, gain 1 pebble or 1 sun. That's kind of nice. Or we have the bat, which I don't... Actually, the bat might be the best one for me to do. I think I'll be able to get bugs anyways. The bat is, instead of the normal rock travel, you may spend 1 sun to zoom to any unoccupied location. Dang, that's pretty good. I'm kind of leaning towards the skunk. So we're going to do 2 bugs, 1 pebble. I'm going to gain the skunk friend. They immediately go to the bottom of your pile. And then this refreshes. And I do have an opportunity if I would like to craft, which I cannot do any crafting right now. Also, when my turn ends, I may swap out the otter for someone else. To be honest, I'm kind of tempted to swap the otter out for the newt, which I think I'm going to. It's going to make me very sad. Aw, Natalie, thank you so much for using your Prime. 3 months. Board Gamer Girl, welcome to the stream. I am going to swap out cute little otter for the newt, because the newt is really nice. It says whenever you forage any leaf, berry, or acorn, you gain the sun resource. So I'm going to swap out that. It still allows me to move on the water, which is nice. And then also once per hour, I may spend which I think I'm going to do just before this hour ends. I'm going to exchange this birch, because I don't need any birches here. I'm going to exchange the birch for a brick, I think. There we go. Fair weather friends. Okay, so that is everything for this round, this hour. The hour has faded. That's going to flip over. It was the, oopsie, lion's mane, lion's tail. I forget what it's called. So then this time it is the acorn. This game goes fast in a solo game. Holy manoli. Okay, so then we also do need to refresh. So this leaves, technically a new one has come out. This leaves, these get pushed. Okay, we have those. These all get moved down. 2 new friends. Oh, we have another otter. Good. All right. Oh boy. We have 2 tea lights here. We have the dandelion tea. And then we have pancakes. Kind of want the pancakes, not gonna lie. Time Roller, hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, friends. Hopefully you are all doing well. I am currently playing Maple Valley, the cutest little game in the world. How's it going, Time Roller? What were you playing? All right, after we have refreshed everything, we're going to gain our cards. We do not gain any dawdles again because we did indeed collect a friend. I will say that we do need a forest dwelling friend because we have, the only person that can currently move on green is my best friend. The other ones that we have are just brown and blue. So I need to get maybe this chipmunk here. If you forage, also gain 1 acorn. Kind of good. And we already have 1 of this flower. So we would just need to gain 1 other flower. Okay. All right. What do we need? So for this here, I do need 1 leaf and 1 acorn. Leaf and acorn. So we do have this location here that we could go to. I would be able to gain an additional acorn. I really would love to gain 2 leaves. That would be great. I guess we could go up here and we could exchange stuff. We do get 4 actions this turn, so that's good. Hello, Aaron Wee. I think that's how you pronounce your username. Welcome to the stream. I've definitely been curious about this one. Glad I caught the stream. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay. So I definitely want to go get acorn leaf. So this location here, we are going to... Ooh, actually, I'm going to use my skunk friend. They are going to allow me to travel along the brown paths. I'm going to go here to here. This is going to allow me to get any of these resources, 2 of them. I'm actually going to gain 2 leaves. 1, 2. I didn't travel along any path that got me any curiosities, but my skunk allows me, after traveling, gain 1 pebble or 1 sun resource, which is an acorn. So I got 2 leaves, 1 acorn. That has actually gotten me everything for this card here. So 1 acorn, 1 brick, 1 leaf, and 1 lion's mane. We're going to spend those resources, put the costumes down to the bottom, and that is our first turn. So I do need bugs. Would love to get some bugs. Can't get any bugs there. Can get some honey, which is kind of nice. Because we can exchange lion's mane for honey. I really would love to get some more cards. And I would love to get a second flower. So, what do I want to do here? I'm going to play my raccoon. My raccoon can go along any. So he is going to go here to here. Okay. I immediately gain a curiosity. So I am going to gain a flower. And then I can do the action there, which is I can exchange berry, acorn, which I don't have any of those. I can exchange as many of these as I would like for honey. I'm going to exchange 1 for honey. Where is the honey? There it is. So I do have 1 honey, which is nice. And then I could exchange my other one, but I don't really want to. So I think that's the only thing that I can do. I don't have any acorns, so I can't exchange the sun for maps. And I can spend a map to zoom to any action. Oh, that probably would have been a nice thing to do. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's all I can do. That's my turn. I don't think I can do anything else. I can't craft anything, so it's on to my next turn. I want to get a friend. Is there any of these here that I could do? Ooh. Looking forward. Never mind. Kidding. I would like to get some acorns. I will get acorns. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to use my salamander. She's going to allow me to move on brown. So I'm just going to move along this path. I'm going to immediately gain a petal. Not a petal, a pebble. And then this gets me 3 of the sun resource, which is 1, 2, 3. acorns, ayo. And then it allows me to zoom all the way down to the village. And then I can make a friend. And we can spend 2 of these flowers to gain the chipmunk. The chipmunk is going to go to the bottom of this pile. And then immediately I can also craft if I would like. And I think I'm going to gain the pancakes, which is 2 acorns, 1 honey. Straight from here, because my salamander allows me to craft directly from the display. So I'm going to gain the pancakes. Typically, you would have to craft what you are working on here, but I don't have to do that because my salamander is a great friend. She's a great friend. So that was a good turn. Oh, those are so pretty. Okay. After watching your stream on Cozy Stickerville, I reached out to my friend in the local game store to confirm that they will be getting the upgrade tokens too. They're listed for it. Can't wait for that one. Oh, that's so fun. I am jealous. I really want the upgraded little components. But the thing is like Francis and I are going through Cozy Stickerville so fast that I was like, I might as well not even get them because we're going to be finished before they arrive anyways because we've been loving it. Good evening. Almost bought cities at my local game store because of our BGA conversation. No way. Well, I'm glad that you were able to learn it, and let me know if you want to play. I'd love to play. I do think I saw that you added me to a game, but it was real time. Add me to an asynchronous game, or turn-based, I guess is what they call it on BGA, and I would love to play it on BGA because Cities is a fantastic game. Very, very good. How's this compared to Creature Comforts? It's been a little bit since I've played Creature Comforts, but this one I am definitely feeling like it is more combo-y. It's definitely more combo-y. I feel like I'm like building up an engine, whereas in Creature Comforts you're kind of just doing the same thing every single round, if that makes sense. I guess you're still doing the same thing every single round in this, but you're not really building up anything. You're just working on gaining resources for cards, where in this, which is still fantastic, I absolutely love Creature Comforts, but in this you actually feel like you're doing more and more because you are gaining these friend cards, which then give you more actions every single round, which feels like you're getting stuff done, you know? On top of creating this tableau of cards down here, you're also kind of creating that engine of actions, additional actions, and different like abilities and stuff. So yes, definitely recommend. I'm having a good time. I enjoy some Maple Valley. If you enjoy this, look into Peak Team Rangers. I have really been wanting to get Peak Team. The Peak Team Rangers. Everyone just calls it the Peak Team, but I know it is the Peak Team Rangers. But yeah, Time Roller sounds like a good one. I really want Peak Team. I actually asked for it for Christmas. Did not get it. It's fine. But I also really want postcards. That's on my wish list right now. And what other one? Arigato, which is actually a game over on BGA. So if anyone wants to play Arigato with me on BGA, please add me to a game. I would still have to learn it, which I don't know if I have time to learn any games as of right now, but maybe in the near future. We will see. But yes, that's another one. Oh, was just playing some impromptu Flamecraft duels. Nice. Very nice. I just got a little PR package from Cardboard Alchemy of the, I guess it's like the retail edition of Flamecraft duels, which I'm really happy that they're doing that and having it more like readily available. All right, so I need to finish off my round here. I do have one more card. We have already made a friend, so we are good there. We are not going to be gaining any dawdle cards this round. I am down here though, and it says if you forage any leaf or berry or acorn, cards also gain that, which is an additional acorn. And this is that I can go along the water. This is interesting. I could gain 2 map tokens. I could just go straight to here and gain berry and lion's mane. And if I do gain a berry, I would immediately gain that as well. The only thing currently is that I do need bugs. And as of right now, there's no way for me to get bugs. So I think I am just going to do this. I'm going to play the newt. I'm going to go along the water. I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to go to here. I am going to gain 2 map tokens. I feel like map tokens are pretty helpful. Arigato is fantastic. Still have to play it solo, but it is very similar to multiplayer. Amazing. I think I actually saw you talking about it in the Discord, Victoria. And yeah, I've been really interested in it ever since, I think it was on like the Essen preview list, and I saw it on the Essen preview list, and ever since I saw it there, I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. Because it's like, it looks like a really good like card hand management game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the type of game I like. Okay, so then also here I do gain 1 favor card from here. Is there any favor cards that kind of align with what I'm trying to do right now? All of these I will need some other card for. The garlands, if I get the peppermints, I gain extra points. Tea lights are the same, but it's for fruit punch. And then dandelion tea is if I get the doll. I think I'm going to grab the dandelion tea. Don't really want to have to get a doll, because that sounds a little creepy, but at least, oh, maybe not. No, it's fine. I just need a lot of leaves now, but that should be fine. So I'm going to move these down. Flip out a new one. We've got a tambourine. Okay. And I can, if I would like, craft, but I do not have enough to craft anything. So we are finished with the round. Oh, I could, no, I don't have any birch. Okay, so that's everything. We are going to, what's the first thing that we do? Advance the sun track. I'm gonna flip this over. We're going to put a acorn out. We're gonna put a new sun out. Ooh, we got honey. I actually do need 2 honey on the pancakes. It's 5 victory points plus 4 additional victory points if I have exactly 2 honeys here. So I should probably go up here or get up here by the end of this round to do that. Or just somehow gain the sun, which with my newt, I can gain the sun. That sounds funny. I can gain the sun. Okay, so once we have done that, we are going to get rid of these 2 cards. These are going to move down. We're on to our number 4 of 5. We have some new friends here. We are also going to get rid of this. These are going to move forward. Oop. Okay. That's that. I'm going to gather our tired friends. We now have 5. I do not gain any dawdle cards because I did gain a friend. I am really good at gaining friends. This is great. So I think it's It's from a publisher that's going out of, or like no longer publishing, right? I think they are stopping publishing games. Ludonaut. So I think I might have to grab a copy just so that I have it. Because I know it's not, unless it gets picked up by another publisher, it's not going to get published again. So yeah, that makes me so sad. Yep, I was literally doing something Flamecraft Duels already, so it was great to see exactly what the differences are in the retail versus deluxe. Yeah, exactly. There has been a lot of bug-related games the last year. True. Oh my god, I thought you were just thinking really hard and quiet, but I guess I accidentally paused the video when you were looking down and thinking. I just was like sitting here thinking for how long? Oh no. Maybe losing my internet. Hopefully it fixes. Oh no. Hopefully it's not my internet. Everyone let me know if it's me. Let me know. I don't think so. Okay, I think we're good. You scared me. You scared me. All right. So we have refreshed everything. We got our cards. No dawdle cards. We are on to round number 4 of 5. Okay, so we do have a good array of cards that we can use. So like I said, this round, I really would love to go get up to here in order to gain a lot of honey. So I also need leaves. I also need flowers. And I think, do I have any friends that I could make? Do I have any friends along the way? I could gain the muskrat because he's 2 stones. So I could go along here to here. Do I need a berry or a lion's mane? Not really. I don't need any berries or lion's mane here. I already have a lion's mane. Yeah, I don't really need to go here. So maybe my best bet is actually to do... Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'm going to go green. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm going to do green. I'm going to use my chipmunk. I'm going to go along this green path here. I did pass a bug because I still need 2 bugs for the bug jar. So I'm going to gain that. And then we're going to forage here. So I'm going to either gain a berry and a birch, 2 birch or 2 berries. I think I'm going to gain 2 birch because I can, with my whittling, I can exchange birch for any resource, and that's pretty gosh darn helpful. So I'm going to gain 2 birch just so I have those in my supply. Okay, and then with my squirrel here, if I forage, which I just did, I gain a acorn as well. Cool, cool, cool. That is everything for that turn. Can I craft anything as of yet? I could. Which actually maybe I will do that. So once per hour, I may spend a birch and gain any other resource, either a main resource or a curiosity. So I'm going to spend a birch to gain a bug. And then I have used this round, so I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to spend 2 bugs and a leaf. And that is going to allow me to build my bug jar. Which also I need to pay attention to. I need paintings. Do we have a painting yet? No painting. I need to store acorn berry leaf on my snacks. I need to have 2 here, and I need to store leaf bug on bug jar. Noted. Okay. So that's everything for that turn. So I'm now down here. I need to boot my butt up here. Do I do brown? Do I do brown? After traveling. Oh. This skunk is really good. Real good. No issue with stream here. Okay, good. I had to leave YouTube and get back in, and then the stream was fine. Okay. It was buffering for a second on my end. Okay. Sorry, friends. Seems fine now. Good. All right. I actually think that these badges are pretty helpful. So what I think I might do is I'm going to use my skunk. I'm going to move through the brown. I'm going to move through brown. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to here. This is going to allow me to, which actually before that, after traveling, gain a pebble or a sun. I think I'm going to gain a honey. I'm going to gain honey because that's what the sun is. And then I can get 1 card from here. I'm hoping this is either the paintings or the doll. Oh, cute. It's tabletop games. How fitting is that? We love to see it. Okay. Which this one is when I place a cube on the music note on a festivity, you may spend, if you place onto a festivity with this, you may spend a birch onto your cube. That cube counts as 2 for majority. Oh, okay, gotcha. See this, the majority putting cubes on festivities things is a little bit confusing to me because it's obviously not a thing in solo. But I would love to play this multiplayer. Maybe I'll bring this to, I'm going to a convention next weekend. Maybe I'll bring this to that convention. Okay, so I gained a face down card. And then I also do gain one of these. So let's see what will help me. +2 for each water traveling friend you have. This includes your starter. I do have currently 2 water friends, so that'd be 4 victory points. Before traveling, you may store 1 pebble here permanently per water trail touching your location. Interesting. Interesting. That's kind of cool. This is immediately after traveling a water trail. That one's the same as before. If you begin an hour with no cards, with no dawdle cards, draw 1. When you play a dawdle, also gain an additional resource. That's kind of cool. That would like get me more resources. I'm going between either water safety or cloud watching. What one do you guys think I should get? I'm not sure. Cloud watching would get me a dawdle card if I begin an hour with no dawdle card. So granted, I gain a friend this round. I would be only able to use it once. I will say that because there's only one more round that I'm going to be beginning. So maybe it's better for me to do the water safety. And then, because I think I am going to get the muskrat. So maybe I get the water safety so I just get victory points at the end. I think that's a good idea. Okay, and then a new one comes out. All right, so that is my turn gained, and then I don't think I can do anything else as of right now. Okay, so I have 3 more cards. I'm making my way downtown. Walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Gotta head off. I'll finish watching later. Bye, Aaron Wee. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Okay, so... Ooh, I could do that. Oh, I'm just gonna get a bunch of honey, which, like, is not the worst thing ever. Okay, so I'm gonna use my newt. I will say that I'm definitely sticking to this side of the board. Like I'm hardly going over here, which is kind of funny. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna move once to here. Moving along water. I'm going to forge here. I am going to just gain 2 leaves. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, because I don't think I need any of this. So I'm just going to gain 2 leaves. 1, 2. And then it does say, if I forage any leaves, berries, or acorns, I gain a sun. So I am going to gain a honey. Okay, well then I guess I already have the honey that I need for my pancakes. So that's good. Love to see it. And then, do I want to do water? So I can't do any construction yet. I need a flower. I also need to get back down to make a friend by the end of this. So I can't construct anything or craft anything, sorry, right now. So I am just going to move on to my next turn. I am going to use my raccoon. He is going to allow me to gain 1 curiosity, which I am going to gain a flower right away here. So I am going to gain a pebble. For his ability, I'm going to move along the water here. I cross over a flower, so I'm going to gain the flower, and then I really need to think through this. If I want to stop here, or do I want to continue? I think I'm going to continue to here, because I do have maps. So I went boop, boop, got that, got that. I can now do this action, which is that I can spend 1 map to zoom to any location except the bluffs, which is this up here, and activate that location. Oh boy. Okay. So I only have my salamander left. I'm like really trying to big brain this right now. Cool trays, where did you get them? Hello Jeff, welcome to the stream. How's it going? These are, I think they're available on Board Game Bliss. If you look online, Board Game Bliss has them. They're a specific brand. Game trays? I think they're game trays, and you can get them in a bunch of different colors. I have orange, green, and white, and they come in a set of 6. So you get 3 of the like half containers, then you get 3 of the full containers. I do believe that Board Game Bliss still has them, but I'm not 100% sure. So go check the website out. All right. So I'm really trying to big brain this. Big brain. Because I do need berries. I do need berries. So I could, because I can do this right here if I do want to do that. Oh, you know what? I actually need brick. If I want to achieve this one, which I could very well achieve it next round. But I also, when I play this, I can craft anything from here. So is there anything here that I would like? Maybe the tea lights. So actually, maybe I don't zoom. Because ultimately, I would love. But I could go to here, do that. And then for my next turn, I can go all the way around to here. Because there's brown. Hey. Get some birch. Even though I can't spend the birch. Okay, what am I doing? Jenna, figure it out. Okay, so I do need leaves. Don't need acorns. So I'm going to exchange these 2 acorns for 2 leaves because I am going to be spending 2 leaves here. And then that's the only exchange that I want to do because I think I'm going to gain the tea lights. Possibly. So I think that's everything that I want to do here. So I am going to spend a map token for this ability here, zoom to any location except for the bluffs and activate that location. So I'm going to go zoom over to here. I'm going to activate this location here, which I am going to gain. I think I'm going to gain 1 of each. So a honey and a birch. If you gain the sun, you do get an additional. So I gain an additional honey. Okay. Cool. That's everything for that turn. And then I can craft. So I'm going to spend 2 leaf and 1 flower. I'm going to construct the dandelion tea. And I kind of need to... Okay, so we have the pancakes. Pancakes are good. Let me put that all the way over there. Costumes. Nothing happens with the costumes. So actually I could just do dandelion tea. Like that. Oopsie. I just need to see the victory points. And then these 2 I really want to put up front because these are the ones that I am needing specific resources to put on them. So here, oh shoot, I shouldn't have exchanged all of my acorns because I do need an acorn here. That's fine, I'll just get acorns another way. I need a leaf here, I need an acorn here. I would love to get 1 bug, 1 leaf, and then the set of acorn, berry, leaf on this one. Okay. So that is everything there, crafted once. It is on to my last turn, which I am going to play this, which this is going to allow me to move Penny. Penny's choking in my office. Love the green and orange. Thanks. You're welcome, Jeff. Penny, are you okay? I don't know if you guys can hear her choking in the office, but it's so sad. Hello, Meeple Mike. How's it going? The game allows you to move Penny? Question mark? No, sadly not. I just always get distracted. Penny, are you okay? Just need to make sure my dog's not choking. Okay. Last turn or last action of the round. I'm going to play my salamander. This is going to allow me to move on brown. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. This gains me another pebble. So I have 3 pebbles. And then this space here allows me to gain 3 honey. I'm just dripping in honey. And then I get to zoom all the way to here. That was a weird thing to say. I take back that. I am not dripping in honey. And then we go down to here. This allows me to make a friend. So we are going to spend 2 pebbles. I am going to stick to doing 2 pebbles. I could spend 3 pebbles to gain the mole here. But because I have this water safety badge, I am wanting water friends. So I am going to gain the muskrat, which makes me happy. So he's going to go to the bottom of the pile. And then that is the 4th round. So we're going to flip this over. Is that everything? Oh, no, I can craft. I can craft. I was like, hold up. I knew there was something else. I am going to do the tea lights. So I'm going to spend 2 honey and 1 lion's mane. Since I have all the honey in the world here. And then we have the tea lights, which again, I need more space here. Just know, pancakes are done. I need a doll, I need paintings, and I need fruit punch. Doll, paintings, fruit punch. I'm definitely not getting all of those things. Okay, so that was my crafting for the round. And then let's see what our last sun is. It is a brick. Okay. And then we are going to take out the bottom 2 cards here, the bottom badge. We're going to refill. Ooh, another water safety badge. Ooh, you could like double up on badges and just get a bunch of victory points. All right, please, any of the things that I need? Dandelion? Cake? No. I don't want any of those. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to pick up my cards here. I'm going to refresh my whittling badge. And we're back for our last round. Where am I? I'm here. Would love to do this. I do have 1 petal. I would love to be able to fill up these here. Okay. I do need a berry. I don't need any more birch. Okay, so I think... Oh, shoot. But this only allows me to do it if I'm going through water. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to do my newt. And then I'm going to move through this water here to this spot. I am going to gain 2 berries. 1, 2. 1 berry is going to go onto here. And then with my newt, if I do forage any leaf berries or acorns, I also additionally gain this up here. So I'm going to gain a brick. Good, good. Okay. Can I craft anything? As of right now, I cannot, but I do have a pebble and a brick. I just need an additional pebble, and then also, ooh, maybe I could have done something cool there. I need another pebble, and I also need an acorn, which I need another acorn here as well. Oh boy. Okay. I do have one more map token. So I would love to go on this here, because I would be able to get a pebble. But I'd also love to get to this position here, because I'd love to get the water safety again. That would be nice. Double water safety badges. And I could take one off the top here. But that would not get me a pebble. I don't know. What do I need? I do need acorns, so I actually might just move to here. Okay, I'm gonna use my chipmunk. I'm gonna just move once to here. This is if you forage, also gain one acorn. So I think I'm gonna do one of each here. So I'm gonna gain, is that what I wanna do? I'm gonna gain one of each. A brick and an acorn, or I could gain 2 acorns. I think I'm gonna gain 2 acorns. I'm gonna gain 2 acorns, and then if I forage, I gain another acorn. So we're gonna get a 3rd acorn. Because I need 1 acorn here, I need 1 acorn here. That's 1 set. Okay. I don't quite have enough to do that as of yet, so that is my turn. Would love to get to here. But I really want a pebble. I guess I could do raccoon to here. Immediately gain 1 curiosity. Gain that pebble. And then here I gain 1 face down card. Come on, please be fruit punch, paintings, or doll. Ugh. But this one is +2 if I have lanterns, which I have lanterns. So that's kind of nice, but I don't have, well, I have 1 berry. I would need to gain another pebble and 2 lion's tails. Okay, and then I'm going to gain another badge, and I am going to gain the 2nd water safety. So we got 2 water safety badges, baby. Okay. So that's everything for here. I can now construct the table games. So I'm going to do 1 acorn, 1 brick, and 2 pebbles. And finish this one. This one, there's nothing for me to do at the bottom, so I'll just put that there. What is happening in this chat? Jenna, I hope you've been good, lovely. Oh my goodness, Sugar Danny, hello, welcome. It has been so long. I'm doing very well. I'm playing the cutest game in the world. So I could not be better, honestly. Hopefully you are doing well as well. Double water safety badges, doubly safe. Why do I have a flower next to my name? Because you are part of the garden, like Mike said. It's because you are a subscriber. You've been subscribed for a certain amount of time. So whenever you subscribe for longer and longer, which I appreciate very much, you get a prettier and prettier flower. Up to, I think the top tier badge is a golden flower. So you're pretty close. You have a full red rose, so. Like, I'd be the freaking rosebud of this here garden. Alone too long. Apologies, Chad. I shall simmer. Natalie, simmer. Good evening, garden gnomes. Hello, Brian. How are you? How's it going? Okay, that, I believe, was everything for my turn. We have the marionettes, which I don't think the marionettes is the doll. I think there's actually a doll card that can eventually come out. Okay, so I have 3 cards left. I don't really think, we're not going to gain a dawdle card at, like, if I don't gain a friend in this last round, so I think we're fine there. So ultimately, right now, I'm just trying to gain as much victory points as possible. There are no water friends, so there's no more water friends that we can gain for our water safety badge. Plural badges. So really, I'm just trying to do as many of these, also these, which I do need to gain a bug. I need a bug. It's a bug. It's a bug. Okay. Okay, Jenna. If you forage, also gain. Ooh, I do need these things. The dragon. No, not dragon's tail. Lion's tail. So I could. Do I have? Ooh, I cannot go on green. I can only go brown or blue. Is there any way for me to gain? Oh, actually, I can spend a birch and make it into anything. Okay. So could gain that. Would love to be able to get a bug. But I'm not going to be able to gain a bug because they're on green. Great. Love that for me. Can get a pebble. Crap. I need to double check that if I use a map to go over, do I gain the curiosity? I don't know if I've been doing that thus far. Maps. Before or after you use your friend's travel type, you may spend maps for extra movement. For each map spent, move your pawn along one trail of any type. To be clear, your friend's travel type may never be interrupted. If you had a map, you could then spend it to travel along any trails leading away from the grove except the one you entered. Note. It does not really explain if you can. Like, I guess if you're spending a map to travel an additional spot, then I would think that you could gain the additional curiosity. Where did my cards go? Here, there. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to play this one here, which is going to allow me to move through water. And I'm going to go 1, 2, because I kind of want to do this action here. So maybe on my next turn, I'll use my map token to travel along here and then do something else. Because I really do need a bug. Well, I guess I don't really need a bug, let's be honest. I do gain a flower. Because if I gain a bug, it'll just get me 2 victory points. Whereas if I focus on like getting something else here, then maybe that's better. Yeah, because maybe I just use this leaf here, because then I have a berry and an acorn. That can be another set of 3 for the snacks card. And I just say, screw the bug jar. I think that's good. So I gain the flower, and then I am going to gain 1 face up and 1 face down. So we're going to gain a face up, and I guess we'll get the tambourine, I suppose. And then, boom, storybook. Ooh, which actually is pretty good because it needs 3 birch, and I have 2 birch already. And it's 6 victory points plus 2 if I have tea lights, which I have tea lights. Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. These actually move down. And, oh, look at that. Paintings. Stupid. All of the things that I now need is coming out when I have 2 turns left. All right, so would love. So the only things that I have left are brown, which is not good at all. Mine is blue. Oh yeah, yours is blue. Nice, Brian. Why do I have it set up on my YouTube as well? I didn't know that. That's pretty freaking cool. I've been good. I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but saw you were live and wanted to stop by and say hi. It's been forever. It has been. Ugh. But that's pretty awesome that you came all the way over here to Twitch to say hello. I appreciate it. All right. So, because I can only move brown, kind of sucks. Am I giving up on getting a bug? I think I'm going to give up on a bug because I don't really need it. So what I can do in this situation, I do need birch. I would love to get 1 more birch. I would love to get a pebble, which actually my skunk gives me a pebble. And I would love to get some dragon's mane or whatever it's called. But it is here, which I don't think I can get there. So I don't think I'll be able to do the marionettes. So screw that. Just birch. Kind of forget about these 2 because I'm not going to be able to finish those. But I will be able to finish the storybook. I just need 1 more birch. And then can I do this? I could get many birch and then trade in for a lion's mane. I just need a bunch of birch. And how do I go about doing that? I don't think I can gain as many birch as I'm hoping. Because I would love to be able to do paintings as well as storybook. Paintings needs 2 birch. I don't think that's going to happen. because I need one more birch plus another one for this. So that's 2 birch plus another 2 birch. I need 4 birch. I don't think that's happening, but it could. It could. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping. We are going to do my skunk. My skunk is going to move along here to this location. I am then going to, after traveling, gain 1 pebble or 1 sun. Don't want the sun, but I do want the pebble. So I'm going to gain, do I want the pebble? I guess we're getting a pebble. And then from here, I am going to gain 2 birch. 2 more birch. Okay. So that is that. I then can craft. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. 3 birch to make the storybook. Cool. I got the storybook. That's everything for that turn. And then I am going to use, oh God, I might be able to do this. I just might have to sacrifice 3 victory points. But 3 victory points for 7 victory points, I think is good. So I am going to move brown, and I'm going to go 1, 2 to here. This is then going to allow me to do as many of these things as I'd like, which I am going to exchange 1 acorn and 1 berry. So I'm kind of giving up a set here. So an acorn and a berry, and I'm exchanging both of those for birches. I am then going to spend 1 birch to use my whittling ability, which allows me to gain 1 of any resource. I am going to gain a lion's tail. Shoot! No, I don't have a berry. I think I'm still okay. I think I'm fine because I can then spend a map to zoom to any location except for the bluffs and activate that location. So I'm going to spend my map. I'm going to move somewhere that gets me a berry. Is there any possible way that I can get a bug somewhere too? I don't think so. What gets me a berry? Anywhere, Jenna. Anywhere gets you a berry. You know, I'm doing crazy things right now. So actually, I am not going to exchange for the not dragon's tail. I'm not going to exchange the birch for the lion's tail. I'm going to actually flip this back over. Not doing that yet. I'm going to zoom down to this location. I'm going to gain 1 berry and 1 lion's tail. So I already have the lion's tail that I need. Oh boy, this is going crazy. And then I will exchange my 1 birch using my whittling ability to gain 1 bug. I then have the 1 bug and the 1 leaf for my bug jar. And for my salamander, I can now, when crafting, craft directly from here with 2 birch, 1 berry, 1 lion's tail. Oh my gosh! And I get my paintings, which the paintings connects to the lanterns, and then the paintings also connect to the marionettes, which I did not build. That's okay. Is that everything? I believe that is everything. Holy, what a great last turn. Also, bored to play. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Apologies for not saying hello sooner. But I was taking a very, very cool turn. So, how's it going? Also, Brian, thank you so much for renewing your membership on YouTube. Member for 24 months. Brian, I appreciate it so much. You've been a member for 2 years. That's absolutely wild. I appreciate your support always. You're wonderful. I've been here a while. You have been. You have been. And it's quite crazy. Board Gaming Crew, hello. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? All right, friends. So that is everything. I did use this ability, so it's already flipped. Hello, Nix. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. So that is everything for the last round. I don't really think we do anything for this last round. We don't need to do any of like the cleanup. Let me make sure that is the case. End of round. Final scoring. Like, I guess maybe you do. I'm trying to see if you gain or lose anything for your dawdle cards. Because I didn't gain a friend this round, so I technically would gain a dawdle card, but I don't think it matters. Okay, so I think we're good. We are going to count up all of our favorite cards. We're also going to count up victory points for our patches. And then all of our friends here give us victory points. I don't think, yeah, dawdle cards don't give you any victory points, but all of your friends do, aside from your starter card. So we're going to count up all of these victory points. So Snacks is 4 victory points plus 3 victory points for each set of the 3. So leaf, berry, acorn. I only have 1 set, so I get 7 victory points plus 5, so 12. And then for each set, I get 2. I have 1 set, so that is 14. Paintings is 7, so that is 21. Don't have marionettes. So 21. Tea lights gives me 6, so 27. Lanterns gives me 5, so 32. Plus another 2 for having paintings, so 34. 34 plus 6, that's 40. I do have tea lights, so it's another 2, 42. Dandelion tea is 4, so 42, 46. Don't have the doll. 46 plus 7, 53. Plus 5 is 58. And pancakes is 58 plus 5, 63. Plus another 4, 67. So I have 67 for all of my cards. 67 plus 3, 70, plus 70, 71, 72, and then another 2 victory points for each card that travels to water. So 1, 2, 3. So 72 plus 12, 6 from each of them, 2, 4, 6. So 72 plus 12, 84. 84, I believe, I'll do these first. 84, 88, 91, 94, 97, 100. So I have exactly 100. And then I think each honey is 1 victory point each. So 103. And then all other resources are 1 victory point per 3. Unfortunately, I only have 2. So I have 103. Any map tokens left over would be victory points. Don't have any of those. So I got a total of 103, but I will say that the solo play is a little bit different. So 103 is like my total, which I can keep that in mind for maybe like beat your own score type of vibe. But with the solo play, you actually go through each of these different questions and you answer them, and it kind of gives you an end game thing. So you play the game as normal, then check your end results. These against these 4 questions. Each answer will give you a word. String the 4 words together to discover your title. For example, you might end up with a delightfully enthusiastic rambler of the running rivers. Okay, so 103 was my total, keeping that in mind. But as for solo play, which favor type did you craft the most of? I personally, in these types of games, prefer to do like victory points. So just for me, I'll probably keep in mind that the last time I played this was 103. But with this one, it kind of gives you a fun little thing. So what type did I craft the most of? So we have, there's 4 different types. I think it probably was food, but I could be wrong. Oh no, it's like crafting, which is cute. It's like the decorations. So my first word is imagine. Oh no, I can't say this word. Imaginatively? Imaginatively. Imaginatively. What's my final score? 103. Imaginatively festive. How many patches do you have? I have 3. Tripper. What travel type do you have the most of? I believe we have most water. If 2 types are tied, choose the tied type you want. 3-way tie, that's funny. So I don't really know if my like starter counts, but it's tied for blue and brown, which brown is of the rolling hills and blue is the running rivers. So I'm going to be imaginatively festive tripper of the rolling hills. That makes sense. I don't think it would make any sense to be a tripper of the running river. Oh, maybe it would make sense because it's a running river. Funny. So funny. It's kind of like, is your fridge running? You better go catch it. I'm the imaginatively festive tripper of the running river. Yay! Asa Andreas, my wife helped create the cloud watching badge. No way! Awesome, go Jenna. That's so fun. That's so cute. I actually almost wanted to get this because it sounded fun, but I got it too late in the game, so I felt like it wasn't going to, like, give me enough. If I got this at the beginning of the game, this would then incentivize me to make sure I'm not dawdling and gaining friends. Because the cloud watching card is that if I began an hour with no dawdling cards, you get to draw one. And then when you play a dawdling card, also gain a resource. So I guess like once you have gained one, you're not gonna be able to gain after, but then whenever you play your dawdling cards, actually maybe it would incentivize you to not get friends and just gain dawdling cards, because then your dawdling cards become more useful. It's quite an interesting card. Hats off to your wife. Amazing card. Dorian, hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yay, another board game streamer. Are you friends with Bonzinator? I am. Bonz is wonderful. Yes, I haven't seen her in a while. We've been at like many events together and she is awesome. We actually bonded quite a bit. We went to Ivy Studios, the publisher. We went to their offices to film content for Tend, and we bonded a lot there as well. So your stream name reminds me of Pam Beasley from The Office. Is that your sister? Well, the funny thing is that the actress's name, fun fact about this, so it's Pam Beasley in The Office. My last name is Beasley, and the actress of Pam Beasley is Jenna. So I am the mixture of both the actress and the character that she plays. Fun fact, Jenna Beasley. And I also absolutely love The Office. So is Bonzinator really that tall? Like 6'2"? Yep, she is. She's not shorter than me at all. Nope. I am about 5'6", and she's not shorter than me. No. She's definitely 6'2", minus a foot. But anyways, that is going to be everything for today's stream, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed. I absolutely loved this. This was wonderful. I definitely think this compared to Creature Comforts, I don't know which one is lighter. I would say that this one is actually slightly more strategic than Creature Comforts. This one also, I feel like I have more control over what I'm doing in this game, and there's more strategy and more ability for me to kind of shape my strategy, as opposed to in Creature Comforts, it is a dice game, so you are like obviously going like off of the dice that you gain, which in Creature Comforts you have your own family dice. You have 2 dice that you are rolling, and then you also have the town dice, so you are combining those 2 in order to successfully, gain things from different worker placement spots. So I do think that because that one, just the nature of dice, feels a little bit more like you don't have as much control, whereas in this, you can see all the friends that you can gain, you can see all the patches, and you can see all of the different favors, and you really have a good, and you also see like all the locations that you can go to, so you can see like a good overview of what you can piece together and strategize. So I do really like that about this game. I love that you have those additional patches that give you abilities and endgame scoring, and then you also have the similar tableau building and card connections that you do with Creature Comforts. And then you also, I really like the movement in this game. It kind of is nostalgic because it kind of feels a little bit like, not like a roll and move, because obviously you're not rolling any dice and moving, but it feels like a roll and move without the rolling. You're just, instead of rolling a die and moving, you are playing a card and moving, which again is another strategic part of the game, is gaining the specific cards that you want and friends that you want in order to move the specific paths. So yeah, overall, I think I might actually enjoy this one more than Creature Comforts, which I can't believe I'm saying that. It might just be like recency bias. Obviously, I just finished playing this, and it's probably been like a year since I've played Creature Comforts. So yeah, I think I want to play Creature Comforts again, see how I feel about that one. But as of right now, I really liked the strategy in this one. So yes. Anyways, that's my little first impression of Maple Valley. I have finally gotten this one off of my shelf of opportunity, which makes me really happy. This has been one that I've wanted to play for a while. So thank you all for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will most likely see you guys in another stream on Thursday of next week. I don't think there's anything crazy going on next Thursday, so I think I should be good to stream again. I might do a Patreon like choice live stream. I do that every once in a while, and I haven't done one of those in a while. So If you are a Patreon member or if you are interested in supporting me, definitely go and check out my Patreon. Every once in a while, I do polls of what games you guys want me to play on stream. Also, what games you guys would like for me to play on like solo Sunday vlogs. I always want to call those vlogs sewing solo vlogs, but they are solo Sunday vlogs. So yeah, I do that as well. And some other things over on the Patreon. There's also just free stuff if you want to go and join the Patreon for free. I do like a newsletter. I'm starting to do a newsletter every week, which has been a lot of fun. But yeah, anyways, thank you. Bonds is playing Tend. Heck yeah. Maybe we should we go and raid Bonds? Is she playing Tend on stream? Yeah, you should raid Bonds. Okay, perfect. I will absolutely raid Bonds because she is awesome. What the heck? No, not now. Get out of here. / raid everyone on Twitch. Stick around because we are going to go and raid Bonzinator. If I can remember how, there we go. It automatically puts in her name, which is awesome. Uh-oh. Why did you, what the heck? Please hold. I promise I'll do it real quick. There we go. Bonzinator. Boom. There we go. Oh, there's already a raid in progress. Okay, cool. That's what happened. All right. Anyways, friends, thank you all so much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. Stick around if you're on Twitch, but if you're on YouTube, thank you guys all so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in a future video. I think I'll have a video up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I'll see you in a future live stream as well. Bye, friends.